Okay, so this is the video portion of the home inspection. First, I'm going to start with the garage. So they obviously are reinforcing the structural support of the garage. I guess you can see how it various fall and rot on the railroad ties. So they actually reinforced it with a new cripple wall and new footings on the inside. So I actually have more photos explaining what they're doing and how this is actually going to resolve the issue with the fall. So the slab is sitting on 2x10 on 1 foot on center joist, which is standard for holding up a concrete slab. So what happened most likely was the bottom gave out over here, and as you can see how it kind of just posed out over here. But once now they're doing the new cripple wall on the inside, there's not going to be an issue with the garage actually falling, or not necessarily falling, but sloping down because of the actual reinforcements down below. Let me see. I'm going to be going on the whole house, so I went on the roof. It's going to be on the photos. I'm not going to bring my tablet up there, but I saw no evidence of leak whatsoever, and I saw no corrosion of the galvanized screws. They use galvanized screws for the connections, which is obviously better than what you see. A lot of people use those metal sheds for for tool sheds, and they'll use the wrong type of screws with the wrong type of fasteners, and then what happens is those rust and create leaks, and then the rubber washers actually eventually just corrode and they cause a leak from the inside. So there's no issues like that involved in the house. Crawl spaces, I saw no perimeter cracks or vertical cracks going through piercing through the center block foundation, so we're actually in good shape there. They didn't have to insulate underneath as it wasn't code then, but they did use spray insulation, which is always good, then better than no insulation. Columns are done correctly during the time, as the 4x6 columns are sitting above a pressure treated wood on top of the center block, through the attached to the girder. So I see no issues with that. Okay, we're gonna keep going around. Plenty of ventilation. There's actually here's your vent blocks right here. Also in the attic, they could put baffles, but technically with that small of a pitch, the gable ends of the vents is actually adequate enough for ventilation. So I wouldn't even worry about putting baffles here on these eave blocks or eave vents, because it's already enough ventilation with just that pitch of a roof. It's a cut and stack roof, common for the age of the house or what they did back then. Flashing is a good shape. So I want to show you the concern that the pest inspector did say about wood rot. There is no wood rot or any evidence of any kind of leak whatsoever inside of the attic when I went in the attic. This right here is just beginning evidence of possible water protrusion from the existing roof before. This is a metal roof. It's not going to leak, especially when it's a couple years old. This is also not part of the house. This is the overhang. So if there was a leak, and there isn't, it would be going through your ceiling. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that because of the fact that the roof pitch is so thin, not thin, but so narrow, it's probably what, a 2 and 12 pitch. If there was a leak in there, you'd be seeing going through the drywall. So I'm not too concerned about this overhang issue, as I saw no evidence of leak whatsoever in the attic area. We're going to go through the inside soon. These nails just need to be tapped back in. A lot of times that happens when there's sun and the sun kind of hits it, so nails will actually kind of pull out every once in a while when there's too much sun. It's just standard. I didn't see any issues with the deck. I did see that they tied into the front girder right here. You'll see in the photos. It's hard to show with a tablet. Let's keep going around. We're going to go on the inside of the house now. There's your shut-off valve right there. Exterior plugs are working. Okay, if you ever have issues with the sliding door being too stiff, you can always lubricate the tracks, WD-40 the track, and then just keep going back and forth. Handle can be tightened a little bit. This is originally an old 220 plug. That's not useless now. It's actually technically considered the old version of a 220 plug. This space heater has worked. I'd recommend putting a mini split in here, a mini ductless system. And I know you probably would be best putting on this wall right here, actually. So I can actually refer some numbers out for a mini split. Now, because you can have it right there on the outside of the concrete slab. This upper plug, let's see if I have does not work. I already told the seller, actually. Yeah, now it works. Interesting. So it must have just got fixed. Okay, we have an open ground on this one, which has already been notified to the builder, etc. We readjust the hinges on these cabinet doors so they close. Just keep going around. I mentioned too that the handle for the washer, for the shower, needs to be tightened. Hot water heater is definitely up to code. Relief valve and drain out underneath with a pan. Not very often I ever see this stuff that much, especially with the drain out from the pan. Rooms are good. Like I said, the attic, I saw no issues. Some of these lights need to be refastened, or it showed. Overall, I haven't found any major issues with the home. Some of these are original aluminum windows, some are vinyl replacements. So, and they're dual pane. And I haven't found any argon gas leaks to be evident on any of these windows. So that is the, and show a couple things, readjust striker plates. And there's also a warped door. This is a warped door right here. Okay, let me show. Let me see if you can see it. It's hard to show on the video, but this door should get replaced. It's a warped door. It's a hollow core warped door. Happens a lot when they lean their doors, the painters, and then they have that be the bottom one. To readjust striker plates, I'll show you real quick. This one doesn't have it. So you want to get a new striker plate that has a little end piece right here where you can actually adjust. And then what you do is you get your screwdriver, or if you have to get the ones with solid, you get pliers and you turn it. And then so you don't get this. The handle also needs to get tightened as well. Okay, anything I've missed in the inspection video will be in the report. All right, thank you.